Live again. Live again. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Oh my God, it's working. Oh my God, it's working. This mic is not active. This mic is active. This mic is active. This mic is active. Oh shit. What's up, guys? This is Keith Kelfitz with the Untrapped podcast. It's working. Oh shit. Ha, it's funny. I know. This is the best. It's the best. Wait a second. No, it's not that funny anymore. Oh! Let's do it again. Oh! Okay. So. Now let's see if we can call somebody. I gotta go live here. Somebody put your phone number in the comments so I can call you. Okay, so we got to go live. Bluetooth activating. All right. Pairing. Note 9. Roadcaster Pro. No, not 911. You fuck. Yeah, dog. Come on, put your phone number. There's still a small echo. Oh, it's because it's feeding back through the mic again. Because I'm live over here. It's fixed, he says. All right, I'm about to call Austin Custodian right now. I'm calling you, dude. Is it okay if I call you? Custodian on YouTube, dog. Says go for it. All right, we're calling Custodian. All right, here goes. Mic check. Oh, this sounds so crispy. All right, let me turn the volume down on this. Check. In call volume.
Thank you for calling for your window cleaning services. Please leave your name, address, and reason for calling, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. To
He
expedite
didn't
your
pick up.
service, please.
Next, give me your number, JG Lawn Care. Anybody. I'm turning up my volume. All right, there you go. Nice and loud and clear. Can everybody hear me clear? Okay, so I'm going to need a second laptop so I can have this remain static. So I'll run that through the computer back there. God, that's loud. You ain't picking up, dog. Is he okay? What'd it sound like? Like his lungs? So how do I split these? So this is all good. Here you go.
Hello, this is Nick. How can I help you?
Mic check.
How's it going?
What's going on, buddy?
Not much. What can I do for you?
This is who did I call?
Pizza Hut.
Wait, this is Pizza Hut?
Yeah.
You're on the Untrapped
Who you talk-
podcast. You're like live on the show right now. Is this really Pizza Hut?
What podcast?
I asked one of my friends on the show to give me their number, and they gave me the number to Pizza Hut. Hey, we're on with Pizza Hut right now. Hey, I'll let you get back to work later.
Hey, can I stay on the show then? I mean, what's up?
You can if you
All right,
want.
then.
So,
Oh, wait, is this legit? Is this like a legit show?
you're legit live right now on the show, but we're just doing a test behind the scenes right now. We're not in front of a full audience, but
hey, what's the podcast? I'll look it up though.
It's called the Untrapped podcast with Keith Kelfis. Can you hear me clear?
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Can everybody hear you clear? Say
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Can everybody hear you clear? Say nice. It's coming through good. I'm fired up. So you're in. What are you in? Indiana? Fort Wayne, Indiana. I was just there in October. I drove through Fort Wayne, Indiana. I should have stopped and got a pizza.
All right, hang on. One sec. I definitely want to write. Hold up.
Now it's turning into the Jerky Boys. It's a prank show.
Hey, what's the podcast on?
It's called the Untrapped podcast. You can actually hear it right now if you want to go on your phone. Type in "I am ability."
I am ability.
Yeah, type in "I am ability," and then you'll see that we're live right now. And I'm talking to you.
All right, 1 sec.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be endless.
Oh, hang on, we're trying to look it up.
I am ability.
On like YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube.
What should I look on YouTube? All right, yeah, hang on, go to YouTube.
Yeah, you'll see a guy's face. You click on it, it'll show live now. But it'll be a guy in a green shirt.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking to, dude. That's awesome.
Can you see me right now talking to you?
Yeah, hang on, it's loading.
What's up?
Hey!
Hey!
This is awesome, dude.
So, hey, what's up?
Dude, I'm on this podcast right now. Dude, I can't hear myself talking. Dude, this is awesome. Dude, I'm definitely going to have to follow this podcast.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well,
random Pizza Hut? No, yeah, so what's the deal? How'd you get this number?
Oh, if you look down in the comments, JG Lawn Care, he gave me his phone number because we were going to call him, and he gave me the number to Pizza Hut instead.
He definitely pranked you, dude.
That's awesome. All right, so I'm going to go. Man. We're actually getting this whole podcast set up and running, and I appreciate you. So thanks for joining in.
Hey, no problem, man. You have a wonderful night.
All right, later. Hey, it's awesome. Yeah, that guy was a good sport. That was cool. JG Lawn Care. All right, so back to testing. I got to get this static, so it's like that. So I need a second screen. So instead of it being a mirrored screen, it'll be an extended screen. Go to control panel. Nice. Okay, so that's what I wanted. So this will be, there you go. Nice. Okay. So keithkelfis.com/podcast. All right, we're there now. So if I were to go to each of these, it would take me there. I'm getting some screen glare though. So that's why in these crazy badass professional recording studios, like the ceiling and everything is black. That glare on the screen, and I made sure I got a better quality TV to reduce the glare, but it's bouncing from this flow light off the white tiles in the ceiling. I'm talking to myself. Okay. I got it. That's coming from that? That's crazy. All the way over there? Okay, so I turned that light off, got that glare getting rid of. All right, honey, do you want to be live or what do you want? How do you want to do this? I'm having an anxiety attack right now. And I'm eating. And the texture of the anxiety is a borderline panic attack. My breath is short. There you go. I'm shaking. And it's like I haven't had one like this in a while. Now I'm gonna breathe and find out where it's coming from. There's guilt, there's shame, unworthiness, fear, selfishness, fear of being selfish. Hey, honey, will you coach me through this real quick? I'm having anxiety really bad and it's like panicky. I'm shaking because I have I have a lot of guilt and shame triggers happening. Well, what triggered me was I was setting this all up. Like this is a dream come true for me right now. And so I used to not be successful and I used to subconsciously I told myself I wasn't aware that if I work my guts out every day and I work myself to exhaustion, then that means I'm a good person and I'm worthy of surviving. And that I don't deserve anything more or an excess or abundance than just enough to survive and I have to work myself to death to do it. And if I get anything more than that, then I must have done something wrong or I don't deserve it or I must be a thief or I must have done something, then I have to give it back. So I'm here and surrounded by like, I don't know, well over 10 grand in studio equipment in this. And then you like said the dog made a noise and I got really worried about the dog. Now the anxiety is turning into heat and my whole body's on fire. And I started thinking about like how our dog has a medical issue and we could rush him to the vet at any minute. It could be thousands of dollars. And I started feeling incredibly selfish. Like, what am I doing putting this studio together? And when I should be worried about the dog or worried about our family and like, how dare I do this? That's one thing that I really look up to with my buddy Eric Reno. This dude, he's a fully conscious, awake, compassionate, empathic, emotional, intelligent, logical, stable human being. He's an awesome person, and he has a heart of gold, right? But he's also a straight up, what's the word? I don't want to use the word killer, but a straight up, cuts, right? But he doesn't seem to have that issue that I have, like with money and abundance. He'd be like, I just bought a brand new house, dog. Right. And I'm like, how do you do that? How do you get yourself to do that and feel good about it and not feel bad about it? Like if I bought, he's got like a 5 or 6,000 square foot house, I would have a fucking panic attack feeling like this is me speaking about me now. Like, how the fuck could I live in a 5,000 square foot house yet when there's people starving and I grew up in a trailer park and like there's people that I love that are still in the trailer park? Like, how can I live like this and be happy, right? And I've worked through a lot of that stuff, but there's still some there. And I'd be like, I just bought a brand new camper, dog. We're going to Disneyland. We're doing this. We're doing that. I got a brand new bow and arrow. He doesn't do that all the time, but like, I think that when I was a little kid, I know when I was a kid, I remember people, bent over and said, now, little Keith. Money is the root of all evil. Rich people are bad people. And all rich people are going to hell. Shit like that, dude. So, brother and King Prophet Blake Devin Auger. Oh, well, this is really trippy. I wasn't subscribed to your awesome channel, but it had popped up on my screen and I had clicked in it because you were saying the most powerful words, I am. Tim, Adam DeFord, Custodian, Vito, Frank, JG Lawn Care. You're thinking too hard. I am. Trump 2020, he says. See you later, alligator. It's crazy. Something I think about. There's an entrepreneur that I know. He's in the community. He's in a community just outside of our community, and he's very well known. He's very successful. I will never say his name. But one time, him and I were in a conversation online, like a video call. We're discussing business. And there was like a technical difficulty happening and it kept going and going. We were both getting frustrated, but he flipped out and he lost his composure. And he was like, son of a bitch. And I saw that like his whole face got red. And this is somebody that I would have like aspired to be like, right? He's older than me, a lot more successful. And when he acted like that, he started kind of acting like a little bitch. And I'm sitting here in front of him, and all of a sudden this weird feeling came through me. It's called the instant ew. Like I was like, oh my God, like this guy is not even who I thought he was. This guy's a straight up Like, this guy's a straight up wuss. He's acting like a crybaby right now. I can't even believe he's losing his composure. And so I think there's like this thin line between being a crybaby and losing your composure or showing the world your anxiety, and then being sincerely and genuinely vulnerable as into just sharing, but doing it from a place that's not a victim, but from a place of curiosity or being a victor. And that smallest distinction in your intention and in your awareness, it makes all the difference to not only your personal growth and development, not only in the moment but long term, but also to the people that are perceiving you in that moment and their level of respect for you. Because the masculine version of feeling love is not love, it's respect. When a man is respected and he feels respected, that's how he perceives love for the most part. So if you think about respect and if you want respect, then basically don't be a little bitch. So all right, so this is pretty dope for now. I could move this here, but I'd have all the fucking the wires and shit. So I got to get a second desk. So it would be like that's not too bad. So I'd be like this. Right there. Maybe I can use that plastic end table and drape like a straight up black tablecloth over that motherfucker. Yeah, that should be dope. I'm about to go get that motherfucker about the garage right now, dog. Shit, I'm about to get that motherfucker. I'll be right back, dog. Wait, it wouldn't make a difference because the camera angle's actually only seeing here. So it wouldn't even see it. That would actually fuck up everything. It has to be tight. So then if that means I could probably just, if I just rotated this in. It just looks like a big ass mess. Yeah, dog. Everything looks fine, Keith. Well, that's not what I'm talking about. Oh, dude, you think, okay, everything looks fine. I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you, motherfucker. Listen to Kelphus. When I paid Rob to come over here, I paid him $150 to come over here and help set up what we have right now, the way it looks, like the lighting and shit. This dude, he sat for here for 3 hours going and just making little micro adjustments to the way like this light was just like tilted, pointing at the map behind me. And I was like, this motherfucker's crazy. And then I started to realize that like when you take shit down to that level, like this plant And that motherfucker dope. I bought that plant for this podcast. But this lava lamp, you can't even see it. What if I put it like right up front and center? Ow, it's burning my hand. Shit. Honey, we should start smoking weed on the podcast. What? Joe Rogan does it with Elon Musk. We got to be like them. I think it's illegal in Michigan now. I can't smoke weed. I'll freak out. Your boy would have a panic attack.
What is going on? Is there a chair for me?
Chair for you?
Yeah.
We're live.
Hey.
So it's that white chair over there. Oh, that's kind of dope right there if I fill that negative space with it. I need a bigger desk.
Well, get that water bottle out of the way.
Water bottle? Oh, it's on camera. It's cold. Hey, do you ever do crazy shit like in your head thoughts? My wife sometimes will be like, "It's cold." And I'll be like, "You're cold." In my head, you just think stuff like that for no reason. And then sometimes I'll tell her, I'll be like, "Do you know that sometimes I think negative thoughts?" She goes like, "What?" She's sitting there eating a pizza roll. Like, "What?" I go, "I don't know. Sometimes you'll like say something like, 'It's cold.' And I'll think in my head, 'You're cold.'" And she'll be like, "Why would you think that?" I'm like, "Dude, shut up, man." Daniel Tosh said if your woman actually knew, like, could read your mind, what you think about, she would literally get a restraining order against you. You want to make videos but feel embarrassed, dog. JG Landscape in the house. Listen, I used to get all those feelings too. I'd literally call up Coach fucking Rob and be like, "Rob, how do I know what kind of videos I should even be putting on YouTube?" Here we are. Because I really don't want to put any negative stuff on there. And he told me something. He goes, if people come and they watch your videos and they get value out of it, they'll stay. If and I'm like, well, what if I'm acting like a jackass or being negative or complaining or something? He says, well, then they just won't get any value out of it and they'll leave. That's all. It's literally comes down. It's that simple. Because, oh, she's here.
Oh, she's here. Back up.
Have a seat.
No, because then it's all weird. Is this the angle right here?
Is this the angle? Yeah. Doesn't that look crispy?
It's so cold.
It is cold. Okay, so now we got to get multiple mics going. Let me turn that down there. Oh, wait, this is actually looking pretty dope now.
Look, we didn't even
Look.
put it. We're festive.
Doesn't it look clean? That back a little bit. Oh, shit, now.
I feel claustrophobic right here, though, because I'm all in the corner.
You're not in the corner. It's just you don't have a camera on you. So now I got to go drop another. I think it's like $2,000 on the TriCaster thing that Joe Rogan has, so we can set up the other camera to point on you. Oh no, I got the HDMI switcher. That'll be next podcast. Okay, so
I mean, if you just backed a little bit up, then I could set normal.
yeah. All right, there you go.
Why, thank you, my dear. See?
Oh.
Oi, oi, oi. I'm gonna show that shirt. So bright. Oh, that light. The way it's shining on my eye, it looks funny.
There you go. Left or right, doesn't matter. Unless you don't like that one.
I don't like what?
That microphone. You don't care, do you?
I don't care. It's got a little bit of ninja hair on it. We didn't even mean to be festive, and we are.
All right, check. Can you hear yourself?
Mm-hmm. Wait. No, I can't.
You gotta bend the mic toward your mouth.
I can't hear myself.
Can you now?
Yes.
All right, there we are. All right, this is good. Now, you can hear yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need your volume up louder? Like this? Check. Say what's up.
What's up?
All right, let me go to settings. All right, say the ABCs.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Keep going.
Oh, you want me to sing the song?
Yeah.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Keep going.
Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z.
Keep going.
Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Oh, that's loud.
C, D, E, F, G.
Oh, that's loud.
Oof.
All right, that's better. Check. 1, 2. Okay.
Check.
We should go live on the other channel. Want to? This is I Am Ability.
I don't care.
There's like 13 people on here.
Go on any channel.
All right, what do you want to talk about?
I'm confused. You got so many cameras and I don't know what to look at.
Oh, you look into the camera to talk to the audience.
Okay.
Up there, that's just a reference monitor.
What's this?
Okay, so that's the camera.
Mm-hmm.
That's a reference monitor plugged into that camera, a large monitor, so we can see ourselves in the framing, the lighting. This here is the laptop, which YouTube and everything's running on, and just shows us what's going on. You can see everybody's comments. You can go on the phone right here.
But what's that picture that it's showing us? Back.
What do you mean?
That.
This?
Yeah.
This is just a feed running in off that camera. There's a splitter.
Okay. So look at this camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
But behind us, the TV, I just have another splitter running.
This light is like shining right onto me.
Where?
Not fair. This one.
Well, the problem is you don't shut it off and see what happens.
No.
Yeah, exactly. So it needs to be raised up and then have a soft box cover put over it. 1 second. Okay, I gotta get that material.
You're in your glory.
Oh, hell yeah. Look in the comments. Anybody saying anything new? Just bored. Sitting around.
Looks fine without the light. What, was it hot?
I gotta put a soft box. They'll always say it.
My name is Ashley. That's my Ashley Kalfas. Keith sometimes calls me Wife-a-tron. It feels better. Got it.
Oh, here it is.
Ah. No. The other way. The other way.
This way?
Yep.
Oh, smart. Let's drape it over.
So much better. Wow. It was blinding me.
Now it's way softer.
Mm-hmm.
Should be doubled up.
So this is the only camera angle.
Yeah, for now. Then
And you have this streaming to YouTube?
It's live right now.
From the camera.
Through the camera, through this capture card.
Oh.
Which I bought 3 of them. I've spent like $700 on all these different cards and none of them worked, and we're updating. Like, that's why I'm saying we got like $1,000 worth of shit that we can just take back.
Okay.
And I'm pissed because it takes so long to figure all this out. Okay. The next thing is wow, you can share this to Facebook and everything. All right. So we can do a podcast and I can record it right into here and then just take it and put it on the show.
Okay.
Okay. I got to whisper to you.
What?
All right, we're here. Mic check.
I feel like it's everywhere.
What's up?
Oh, okay, good. I made them smaller. That feels better. Before they were like,
What?
like long ones, you know. Like, okay.
All right, ready?
No, I'm not, because I feel too close.
Too close to what?
To the camera. Like, I'm like,
come back here.
I don't know. I just feel claustrophobic. Ow. Okay.
You're in your pajamas.
I'm in my
This is awesome.
Yeah. But I wanted to be festive. So.
Festive?
Yeah. Because you're wearing green. It was not planned.
Hey.
What?
Sam Vasquez says they heard everything. Okay, then what did we say? Sam.
The peanut's coming. Hey, baby girl.
My whole face is red right now.
Come here.
I don't have anything to hide. Hey, pick her up. No, you didn't hear everything because I had the mics down. I know for a fact you didn't hear everything. No, they didn't hear it.
I mean, so what? So what?
You gotta.
Keith.
It's falling off your head.
He's always doing this. What? Messing with me, and messing with
It's because you have the mic all the way down here.
Well,
you had to put it up into your mouth like
and then
that.
you pull the.
There you go. You hear the difference?
I know, but I have a loud voice, so now I have to talk like this.
No, you don't. Check this out. Now
yes,
talk.
I do. Oh, okay. It's still loud and annoying.
All right, ready?
Yeah. I'm gonna move it a little bit further
Hey,
away.
let's call. Check this out.
Who are we gonna call? Your mom. Oh my gosh.
Let's bring your mom on the show.
Where's Gracie Lou? Gracie.
We're gonna call the monster-in-law.
Oh, there she is. Come here.
Let's call the monster-in-law. Hey, monster. She's not picking up.
Or she'll pick it up and she'll go, hello.
You have reached the voicemail box.
Monster.
She just got a brand new Jeep.
She just got a brand new Jeep. Let's call Hatch. Let's call Sontag.
Why are we making calls?
I don't know. So, all right, I'm going to press record and I'm just going to go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, what's up? This is Keith Kelfis with the Untrapped podcast. And I'm happy. I'm excited because I'm alive. But on today's show, we have a special guest for you. Could be nobody other than... I'm just playing. It's the Wife-a-tron. How you doing, Wife-a-tron?
Good. How are you?
So, if you guys can't see because you're listening on the podcast. Some of you that can see that are live. Who are you holding right now? What's going on here?
Gracie, the teacup Yorkie.
Gracie, the teacup Yorkie. What's going on?
Yeah. Wait, is she a teacup? No, she's a toy. That's what she is.
We're at the digital cave right now in the basement studio. So my wife is here, and we just got the studio set up. Building it now. You'll see on the Keith Kalfas YouTube channel soon here. I've been wanting to do this for a while and just put an actual legit podcast show together so we can have people come on the show, interview small business owners, industry leaders, people in the green industry, from landscaping to window cleaning to pressure washing to marketing, just to get together and culminate what's been going on, not only in the industry, but on social media. What's the latest and greatest things that are working, and what are the tried and true principles that never change? So it's always good to have a reminder and that freshen up of just motivating talk that you can listen to while you work. So that's what's so great about the podcast. I've always been a listener to podcasts, and so that's why I wanted to start one. This podcast started in 2014, 6 years ago. And just to kind of share the story real quick, if you want to start a podcast, use your cell phone. I started with an app called Spreaker, took out my cell phone and just started talking into it, interviewing people. There's an app called Automatic Call Recorder Pro. And I was doing interviews with Eric Reno and Stanley Genetic and these other people and putting it on the podcast show. And little by little, it developed into a full show now that you can listen to on any podcasting platform. So we have the Wife-a-tron here. And we're going to talk a little bit about media, about marketing, and about websites and colors and fonts. And my wife actually, behind the scenes, is my business. I have a landscaping business. You guys know that. You see me on YouTube. But also I have a media business as well. My YouTube channel, the podcast, and all this has evolved into a business over time, because a business, it's just the smartest thing to do. So it's an actual corporation. It's a tax-paying entity. And now not only do we do the marketing for this, and we have blog post articles, we have a merchandise site. And my life's deepest calling and passion is to share and motivate and inspire other people, to write books, to speak from the stage, and help other people have transcendence in their own life, so they can, and maybe if they're in a dark place, they can change their life and move on to a higher place. That's absolutely my calling, and that's what I use social media for. The power of social media you can use for bad, for anything, for good, and I love to use it for having fun, but definitely for helping people. And so, but behind the scenes, my wife, she's went from having her own business. Back in the day, she had a job, then she started her own Amazon business, designing. She's a patented inventor, and she built her home-based business up, and by her own research, search, and study, and being around me, which I'm obsessed with marketing, she got really good at marketing and making websites and taking care of clients on the side for herself. And now she did work for my landscaping company in 2016. I needed help really bad, and she came into the office and was doing invoicing and payroll and talking to customers and closing jobs and going out in the field and taking pictures, and very, very helpful. She's very smart. She's very wise. She has discernment. She has great people skills, and I definitely married up. And but after that, that's when she started her business, and she only worked with us for a season and then went on to her own thing. And then now, over the past 3 to 6 months here, you've integrated your way back into Kalfas Media, and now she's doing project management. So she's actually managing a team of virtual assistants for Kalfas Media on the blog of Keith Kalfas, and she is in her own growth and evolution. She's going to do a lot of talking here in a minute. I'm just, what's it's called? I'm edifying you. That's the word. Edification equals.
Thank you.
She has become very skillful in the process. So I like how when you look at people's websites, like we'll be in the car, she'll talk to somebody who has a business or something with marketing, and then we'll get back in the car and she'll start just talking and thinking about all the things that she saw that she liked, or that she could have done different or would have done different, or how the color scheme could have been. And sometimes you get angry or upset about it. It's because you're having these breakthroughs, and that's a really healthy thing. You're like, oh man, I saw this thing. If that person just would have like done this one thing, it would have like double the conversion rate. And so that's kind of the direction I want to go of everything that you've learned. Like, you just know what looks good, and you know what doesn't. And I don't even have that ability. So what's up?
Well, it's also, you have to try different things too, because you don't know. Like, you could think that, oh my gosh, like, just change this and it's going to double the conversion rate. But until you try it, you don't really know. But I think going into it, having a good intuition and a good eye for it, you're able to build things better. You have that eye, and you just know.
So you're all day, you've been building a new website, and I came and looked at it, and just the layout that you chose made perfect sense.
Oh, I'm so excited because when I was building Ashley Aprons, I was building that website, and I had to make it. I had to pick a color that was neutral because I was attracting all genders and everyone. It was a product for everyone. But this product, it's still, I would say gender neutral, but I can pick any color that I want. And I've always wanted, you'll see soon. No, because I haven't even launched it yet or anything, but I'm building the website. So, because you have to get the website done. But yeah, it's coming soon. I'm excited about it. Oh my God. I can't wait.
So tactically break it down to like colors and fonts and patterns and what looks good and what doesn't, like some tips.
To me, I always like a clean cut, not too busy style that's going on. For some reason, I like a modern style. There's a specific font that I like. It's like blocky but classy at the same time. And what I usually do is I go to like all the top like multi-million-dollar companies, and I like Google them and I see what they're doing, and then I kind of just play off of that. Yeah. So I don't copy anything. I just, what do you mean? Give you an
Russell
example.
Brunson calls it ethically stealing.
Well, I mean, they already have these teams that they're paying a lot of money to, and these people have a huge background in marketing and all that stuff, and they're paying big money for it. So why wouldn't you look and see what they're doing and not necessarily copy it, but reinvent what they're doing and make it your own. So that's kind of what I do for my websites, because it also builds trust too, because if you're starting to build a website, you could go down real fast in that rabbit hole where you think it looks good and it doesn't. So
where you think it looks good and it doesn't.
Yeah.
So do you get that premonition like when you're building it, or do you wake up the next day and go, what was I thinking? Have you gotten to the point where you can just tell in real time?
Okay, so the very first website that I built it on Wix. And I was building it, and I was building it just to build it, and I was throwing stuff in all together. And then I was just like, oh, I'm not vibing with it. It's not going to be my website. And then, that's when I went on to GoDaddy, and GoDaddy was a good platform. It was really easy, simple to use, plug and play. But that's when I found my style, and I started researching other people too.
So did the first websites you made suck?
First website I made sucked.
What platforms were you using?
Wix and then GoDaddy.
You tried WordPress, didn't you?
No. Yeah, I did. And that's the problem. Like, it was too complex. So, like, having to go in and fix something, you would have to hire a coder to go and fix it.
Yeah, I spent 40 hours plus 2 different times building my own custom WordPress site. I finally buckled down, and then I got on tutorials, and I sat there, building it all out for days on end, endless cups of coffee all night long. And at best, it looked decent, even with Thrive themes and all that. And like, it's interesting that if you get in a drop top Ferrari, you can go 100 miles per hour and you look good. But if you get in a clunky old, and WordPress does have the ability to look amazing. I mean, 70% of the entire internet is WordPress. Of the whole internet, every site that you see, it's been around for like 20 years. But you have to be doing WordPress for a long time and get really good at it and familiar with all the plugins and the coding. And because you'll waste 2 hours just trying to move some text over. And so everything looks aligned, and then everything's messed up again. And it's easier now than it used to be. But then you can get into these awesome sites like GoDaddy. Like I use Kajabi, dude. I could throw up an entire website. For an example,
you're gonna do a screencast.
You see this all behind me. I've got the screen stretched out so you can't see like my browser.
Well, that's cool.
But I slapped this page up.
Yeah. It's like plug and play. You just got to have the stuff to plug it in, and the eye for it, because you don't want, when you're designing, you don't want it to look all over the place.
Yeah, so it lets you move into your creative place a lot faster, and then there's some people that just can't figure out no matter what, and then they just want to hire somebody to do it. So we've been through the issue. Think about, have you ever hired somebody to try to build a website for you who was a professional website builder, and then they just or didn't work out?
Yeah, the problem is that these web developers, what they do is they'll go, yeah, I'll build you a website, I'll and that's just, I don't know.
So some of them, if they haven't been doing it a while and they're brand new at it, they might not give you what you paid for.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah, they just don't know. What's going on with your screen?
The screen? Oh, there's this update it keeps asking me about. So I have to keep saying wait an hour. I got to go and fix it. We're working out the kinks right now. For those of you listening on the podcast, I got this huge 70-inch screen TV behind me. It's got the Untrapped logo for the podcast behind it. Oh, we got to put podcast underneath that. So it says Untrapped podcast. We got to fix that. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Just like the new shirt. Does that one have it?
No, this just says Untrapped. But yours does. That other one.
So you see how you hear the dog barking in the background?
Mm-hmm.
I need to pull the trigger and invest the $10,000 and just go get the entire garage remodeled and insulated and move the whole podcast into the garage.
You know what I wanted to talk about, Keith? I wanted to talk about logos.
Logos?
Yes, logos. I wanted to talk about like not having too busy of a logo. Sometimes these logos that I see, I go, whoa, there's so much going on. Like a clean, nice clean. That's what's in right now. Do
you have any examples of logos? We could pull them off the TV behind us.
Oh, yeah. You could look up my old logo and then versus my new logo, and you can see the difference right there. They're both great, but like, I don't know. The examples, are they in there?
All right, ready?
I don't think you can.
What's the logo? If I wanted to pull that up. Yeah, that works. All right. What logo?
I wonder where my old Ashley Aprons logo is.
Oh, it's not on Google?
I don't know. I shut everything down.
Is this my water?
Oh, there it is. No, it's mine, but you can have it. What's mine is yours, and what's yours is mine, honey.
Sorry.
Oh, I didn't take down my Google listing yet. Oops. There it is.
Oh, this your old one?
No, that's my new one.
That's your old one?
Well, they're both my new.
Where's the old one?
I have no idea.
It's not on there. It's not published?
No.
Huh. I guess we'll just have to put up the new one. See right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the video version of this, if you missed it,
no, it doesn't.
You're just going to have to go to I Am Ability, the YouTube channel, and look at the podcast and fast forward to like an hour.
Anyways, so when I was designing this logo with my sister,
yeah.
She was like, because you got to tell her what you want. You can't just be like, oh, I want a logo. I have this business and you know, this is the color I like. And then she just has a crazy imagination. She can make your logo and you're happy, but that's not how it works. So I really had to brainstorm it, and I'm like, okay, my aprons are different because they clip. So why don't I have, my name already for my business, my brand, Ashley Aprons. Obviously I sell aprons. It's obvious. So I wanted to pick an obvious name. And then, what? What are you talking about? I didn't read
sorry.
anything.
Precision Films is here. He's asking questions. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't see because I wasn't looking at the chat because it wasn't up on my screen, but it's here on the phone. He's talking about theme builders and WordPress. Expensive, not necessary. Quotes, tire kickers. I have the knowledge. Stop talking, listen. All right, so he's using WordPress and it's working out for him.
I mean, no, WordPress is great.
Oh, it is great. It just takes a long time to get to the point where you're good at it.
Or we haven't used it in a long time and maybe we don't know what's going on. Maybe they have a plug and play feature that we don't know about.
They do have themes. You can plug it in. The whole thing is, it's right there. But then you have to go in and customize every single little thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the learning curve was way too hard for me because I know on Kajabi and on my site builder, I can build an entire page in 20 minutes.
Yeah. And I just feel like nowadays it's almost 2020. You should be able to build it in like 20 minutes. So the fact that like there's sites out there that you still have to customize, that kind of sucks. So, whatever. Anyways, for me, I like easier the better, but easier to use too. And like when you actually have your website up and going after it's designed and made and everything like that, that when you have to make a change, you can go in and make a change real quick, 5-10 minutes, instead of it being this whole ordeal where you have to block it out in your schedule because now you have to sit down and make this change and code it all through. Yeah, no, can we talk about the aprons or the aprons, the logo? So when we were designing it, she, we were going back and forth about like colors and all that stuff. And I decided to just stick with like a two-tone type of color. Thanks for getting right up in my face.
Sorry, keep going.
We decided to just keep it with a two-tone color and just totally basic, plain, clean cut, nothing crazy.
Two colors.
Yeah.
That's all.
We had like burgundy in there. We had burgundy, black, gray. We had like a bunch of different colors. And then I just decided so my first logo had gray, pink, and black. And then, it was like, it would show up on a white background. And that extra color threw off the entire logo and it made my business look untrustworthy.
And in the beginning, you can't even tell if you're like, oh, let's put some more colors in there or a couple different things. And you're like, why doesn't it look right? Some doesn't look right. But you don't even know the question to ask to articulate that. Just removing. It's too busy. Too many colors.
Yeah, that black text that I have on my logo is the text that's actually trending right now for logos. You don't have it pulled up.
Which one is it?
The block text.
Where?
Do you have it on the screen? It's right there.
Oh, that block text.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did your sister design that initial one?
Yeah, she did.
But then she went back and redesigned it, right?
Yes.
That right there. You can't see the white because it's white on white. It's not showing up very well.
No, because above the aprons it says Ashley in like a cursive, but it's like a gray.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not saying my logo's the best, but I'm saying that I look pretty darn professional for being a one man show.
Mm-hmm. You took the website's not up now?
No, I took it down. I'm redesigning it.
There you go.
It's getting redesigned.
Redesigned.
And we're going to be selling other stuff. So it's a new name, everything.
Yeah, I see right there.
And hopefully another company will be selling my design. And yeah. I mean, you see that French apron, all those aprons, those are all mine. Yeah. They're popping up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're just not for sale anymore. Can't get them. I'm not going to lie. Sewing all of those one by one was like...
Well, she had a manufacturer. She's a perfectionist, and some of the aprons came out not perfect, and so they're different than what she described, off by like half an inch or something.
It was more than that.
More than that?
Mm-hmm.
And then you felt horrible selling them, and then you had to rechange everything, and they're a little bit like so.
Because they were this much. Oh wait, this much from the top of the belt to the top of the pocket.
Yep.
They made them that much. So there was no room to put your hands in and out of them. And I was freaking out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my customers. And like, I was selling them. And my close customers were going, Ashley, it's like a freaking mini skirt. And I'm like, oh my God. And I had thousands of dollars invested in it. And when something goes into production and they run it, you're kind of screwed and left with that product. So, I mean, I don't know. Physical product business, it's like, that's like a whole nother topic. It really is.
Dog barking in the background. You need a mute button for the dog.
Because she's messy. She's excited about all that bubble wrap you got over there. Okay. Oliver's messing with her though. See how he doesn't even care?
Yeah.
He's just like, come get me.
Unla Bontanga. Yo, Keith. I know there is a balance between being professional and being monetized, but your old videos with cursing are my favorite. I'm a real man and I enjoy real talk. Oh man, bro, I agree with you 100%. And so do probably more than 50%. Maybe it's more. And when I first started my YouTube channel, dude, I didn't care about anything except for being real as fuck. And I would turn on the camera and I would be real as fuck and cuss and I that was a staple of pride and of courage to cuss in the videos because it proved that I didn't give a fuck, that I cared about getting my message across. And then, so from where I'm at, when I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment and I was very passionate about doing this and quote unquote monetizing this so I can make money off of it so I could keep doing it, I had to really severely, drastically limit the amount of cussing I was doing in order to keep this thing monetized so I could continue to do it. So I had to sacrifice, and I didn't want to do it, but sacrifice the cussing in order to keep doing it. So I've had a lot of serious conversations about my cussing kind of behind the scenes with people. And the smartest thing to do was for me to quit cussing and lighten up a bit. And
me too.
Oh, man.
It was a bad influence, though.
So, I mean, like now I get brand deals by companies pay me to make videos and do shout outs, and we're getting sponsorships for this show right now. And, if I was like saying what the fuck, the word fuck, hear that? There's a huge percentage of professional corporate people, when they hear you say, like, it's different than saying damn or even shit.
So why are you saying it then?
Because I'm saying it because I'm doing it specifically on purpose with intention. I was saying it then out of like just expressing emotion and anger. And I could still say it in a video now, but I'd have to say it very intentionally. And I would use the excuse, and so did other people. Oh, Gary Vaynerchuk does it. Well, Gary Vaynerchuk is Gary Vaynerchuk, right?
Yeah.
So he can get away with that shit. But the word fuck, when you say that, it just changes everything about you. And when I stopped cussing so much, I started really paying attention to this. And I'd watch somebody else's video. Sorry, give me 1 second, wife. I would watch somebody else's video, or I'd meet a guy in a professional setting where he had on a company shirt. And if we were talking, whether he's in the video or in person, and the F-bomb came out of his mouth, once I kind of started cussing, I go, oh, this guy's actually not as professional as I was thinking he was, because he's literally saying fuck right now in the video or in front of me. So in my mind, his level of professionalism dropped like fucking 3 notches because of that. And Joe Rogan can get it. Does Joe Rogan still cuss, honey, in his podcast?
I mean, I really don't think so.
I don't hear him cuss like that anymore.
He might say something here and there, but yeah, I don't really. She's got one of your business cards.
That's fine.
What are you doing?
All right, we're good now.
I don't even know where to pick up from that. Because that wasn't even my conversation.
I know. Somebody asked that in the comments and it triggered.
There's going to be 1,000 pieces of your business card all over the floor in like 5 minutes.
Jerry curses less now. Still live with the Wife-a-tron. What up, BM? Adam DeFord. Nick Carrier hopped on here for a minute.
What's up? Why don't you project it onto that so we can see what's going on?
Sorry about it being slow. We're working out the kinks.
Is it late? It's almost 11 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
And the holidays are rolling in so fast.
So if you guys, anybody here, if you want a website done by Kelfus Media, send me an email, kelfusmedia@gmail.com. We have a team of virtual assistants, and my wife is a project manager and a head designer. And the website starts at $750 for a basic website, but it gives you everything that you could possibly need to run a business. More like bells and whistles, we're talking $1,000 to $1,250 to $1,500. If you want a lot more plugged in, that's building more and more pages, going and adding a blog template, integrating all your social medias and everything, that's included in the $750. So it's a basic website with all your social medias, your phone number, your contact email, ways your customers can get a hold of you, all that. And
the Google too.
Oh yeah, and
the Google information.
Yep, all your Google information, all that'll be integrated
with the website.
And then for that price, that doesn't include like logos or any design work. So if you need that, you can go to your sister is a professional graphic designer, but she's not interested, is she?
She's just so busy. Like she's swamped already from just, when she started, she got swamped. And then now she's like a freelancer for big companies. So
if her sister has done a lot of logos and design work for people in our industry, and she started like getting her name around real quick, and she got swamped, and she's like, no, I'm not for hire right now. And she's got 3 kids.
Well, yeah, because what happened was she got so busy, and then she was pregnant, and she worked pretty much all the way up until the end. And then I think like a week before she had the baby, she cut everything off and was like, I'm not taking any more work, and I'm on maternity leave. And then I think she just took a really long maternity leave. And I don't know if she opened it back up or not. I mean, she might do some here and there, but
yeah, she was doing logos for $99 and a whole social
try to
media
get a hold of her?
rebranding kit for $2.99. She's good, dude.
She's really good.
But
she did my logo. She did your logo. She do this logo.
Yeah, she did this.
This
We
one?
can get all the 99designs.com. There's fiverr.com, but unless you pay top dollar in there, you probably won't. You get some weird stuff. There's a lot of other design sites you can reach out to us as well.
Try to design it yourself. I see now if you I know, but like I said, if you have a simple name, a clean cut like a clean cut font with just maybe something simple or like a line or something, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, definitely have a professional logo with not too much going on. 2 colors max. Same thing with the website, 3 colors max. 2 to 3 colors. I think the content and the photos and putting everything together in a website will have it all come together. And if you have too many colors going on, it's just too crazy. I wonder if you can pop up my old website, Keith, and show everybody.
We'll see here.
Oh, horrible.
Wait, I was going to read what he said, but here, I'll pop this up.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, Precision Films saying my credibility has taken a plummet.
Why?
All right, what's your old site?
Where's the comments, Keith?
Right here.
He's saying that you want to be Howard Stern and you don't actually provide information about running a successful business. No, seriously, can I bounce off of that though? I honestly.
Where's the site?
Type in Wix. And it should pop up somewhere. Like it should. In there. I mean, I think building a successful business, you have to think about your logos and you have to think about what you're building your websites on. And sometimes something might be easier for somebody, but it's not for another person. So I think giving a simple solution for people, like people that don't know how to build websites or don't know how to like do this stuff, like it's an easier solution for them.
I'm trying to find the old website.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I don't know. It's not popping up then.
Is it down?
You could go to Wix.com and try to log into it. Are you okay?
No, I'm good. I'm reading it. No, I was definitely afraid of that before. I was thinking about stuff like that. Like, I had thoughts like that. He said, here's the you guys can read it. Well, I'll read it for the people listening. Here's the thing, Keith. Your credibility has taken a plummet because people realize you just want to be a Howard Stern and don't actually provide information about running a successful business. I mean, I'm putting out videos all the time about that. I disagree with that, but there's an element of truth in there. And so I had a conversation with Brandon Vaughn once. He's built like a multi-million-dollar business, and we were talking about the same exact thing. And he was talking about the Carson effect. He's like, you have the Carson effect. And it was hard for me to swallow that pill, like Johnny Carson. That when you're around other people and you have other people in your videos, you bring something out in them. I mean, I believe my life's deepest calling and purpose doesn't have to do with anything with building a $1 million landscaping business and teaching people how to do that. I think that landscaping is a conduit. In my landscaping channel, landscaping is more of a topic. And so where I'll be in 5 and even 10 years will be in a completely different place. And I just don't share that on this, my specific main YouTube channel, because the topic of that channel is landscaping. So that channel is in everything that I'm doing now is a stepping stone to where I really want to go in my life. And that's in personal development. It's a completely different place. So if it's taken a plummet in the landscaping world, I mean, it's a hard pill for me to swallow. It sucks, but it's true. It is true, specifically in the landscaping contractor world. It's true from that paradigm. Yeah.
Not really, though, because you've given out really good information about how to start a landscaping company.
I mean, I'm continually getting more subscribers, more and more views. I'm getting 1.4 million views a month right now.
Your landscaping company is pretty successful. I mean, I don't know. And I feel like you're pretty real about your information.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us, 5 of us with 2 trucks, 2 trailers, a calling center, a secretary, and it's only 1.5 crews. We're only 2 crews when we're really busy. So, I mean, that's not super successful compared to what, but giving out information about running a landscaping, let me see, running a successful business.
I mean,
that's not really my intention. My intention is to help people with have transcendence and breakthrough out of feeling stuck and trapped in their lives, whether it's in a dead-end job or a relationship, to move forward through that and move on. And I've done that. My videos have prevented suicides. When I go to live events, people literally hug me and cry and want to take pictures with me, saying that my videos have literally changed their lives. My videos, I've gotten calls in the middle of the night and emails and long emails of people saying that I've literally helped them change their lives. And I think that's why I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. So specifically just running a successful business. No, and I don't talk about things I'm not qualified to talk about.
Right.
And I don't know if I could build a multi-million-dollar company while spending right now 40 hours a week making YouTube videos and content and all this stuff and building all this. I don't know anybody who is doing this while building a business. You build a multi-million-dollar business and then you just start doing this shit. There's not enough hours in a day.
No.
I love that. I want more insight into that. I like that feedback a lot. You told me you hate landscaping. Yeah, I do. I have a love-hate relationship with the landscaping business. I'm good at landscaping. You're good at talking. I'm very good at talking.
You're good at landscaping too.
Yeah. But I'm definitely, not good at building a multi-million-dollar landscape business, or it's because I don't have any interest in it.
You would be good at it. We've already talked about this.
If I was passionate about it, I would do it by all means.
Yes. We've already talked about this, Keith. We could have already done this a long time ago, but because you have other things that you want to do, that's why you didn't grow it. Remember, we talked to Stan about this too. Remember when we were in the car driving up?
Yeah, I can't say too much about Stan, but Stan Genetic and I are really close, and we've had a lot of deep conversations. And from the things Stan has told me, he's definitely the person that you would want to take advice from about growing a huge business. But where he's at today, and what I've learned from him has really made me become awake to a lot of fathoms that were in my head. Yeah, so I'm more into being a public figure. Precision films. Films? Does that mean you actually shoot films? I want to see them because I'm into filmmaking too. But yeah, being a public figure, I don't care about that. I care about serving people. I care about literally serving Christ and bringing as many people, or showing them what sorry, the dog, before I die one day. And to me, for me, communication is where it's at. Touching as many people's lives as I can through communication and talking to people and shedding positivity and insights. I got really depressed one time because we did like this $10,000 landscape job in someone's backyard. And I was like, what the fuck? Nobody's ever going to see it except for these people and the people that they bring over to their house. Maximum 100 people in the next decade will see this. Maybe less. Maybe their neighbors will see it. Nobody cared. You know, we weren't doing some crazy, beautiful like pool with like bricks and patios and fire pits and pavers and all this stuff. But it was disheartening to me because I hadn't made the video that I wanted to make that day that would have been seen by 10 or 15,000 people that would have touched all these people's lives. And that was the day, it was like 2015. I decided I need to be making videos and touching people's lives through the power of technology, not building something in somebody's backyard where nobody's going to see it. And then when I die one day, Keith, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be going down that road. And I realize just my passion and my calling is in this.
Well, there's just so many things that you go through too when you're building a business that, like the things that I went through, that I wish that there was somebody that was giving out information, helping me go through all of the things that I had to go through. Like there was times where like you were at that brick wall or that dead end and you do not know where it's going to go. Like you have no idea. And like you don't know what the next step's going to be. You don't even know what to do. And you're like, okay, well, I've gotten this far. So what do I do? Just give up, or do I keep on going, you know? And I wish there was somebody out there that was giving out information that helped me. Like I read some of the messages that come through, and like you're really, really helping people like go through those things that were hard for you to go through. You know, it's amazing.
That for sure. How to start a landscaping business and how to get out of a 9-to-5 job. I think I'm the best in the world at that. And I used to get upset saying, you know, I want to stop spending so much time making videos and grow my business. And I literally couldn't do it. And then I had this vision. I realized that I'm like literally laying down and I'm withholding and stunting my own growth, saying, come on, come on, come on. So people can walk across my back so they can be successful. So I stayed stunted for a long time and kept making videos wanting to help as many people as I could, because I realized that the people that had moved upward and onward, a lot of people who don't make videos, were growing these huge successful businesses, but we're just leaving everybody else in the dust and not taking the time to share what they had learned. So I pressed the pause button and I just spent all my time helping as many people as I could get out of their 9-to-5s. And I did that for like 4 years straight. And it really, it tore me apart, because while I was helping literally tens of thousands of people through my videos, my own growth was being stunted in our entire life, in our finances and everything. And so I was split down the middle, and I said, oh my God, I'm so deeply in love with making these videos and helping these people and speaking and writing books, and that this is what I want to do. So I started monetizing it. And
I also think with your journey though that you've learned valuable like marketing tips though too, where like you may have stopped growing your business, but your marketing sense, like if you wanted to grow a business, because you have so much marketing knowledge behind you, like it could make anybody's brain just explode. Like,
I mean, I signed,
so
I can't
much.
talk too much about it, but I got sponsored by a company called Jobber, if you see me talking about it in the videos. And I mean, they want me to be their small business marketing expert, and I'll be traveling the country speaking and teaching marketing, small business marketing, on behalf of them. And it's a win-win, because it helps them, it helps me, helps them, helps me. And Absolutely. I mean, I've been able to get my marketing budget all the way down to 1% from 7% of my gross annual revenue. The maintenance channel says, I always look to you for advice. I'm really struggling because I have to take what I can get to barely pay the bills. I know I'm worth more. Because I have a question. I'm going through the growing pains trying to raise prices and establish an impeccable reputation to justify my prices. Do you collect deposits? I do collect deposits, but I have a threshold. So anything under $1,000, I don't collect a deposit. Anything $1,000 and up, it's in my policy. It's directly in the contract. The customer can read it verbally or see it in the contract. They see it in the email. And I also verbally tell them, I say, okay, Mrs. Jones, anything above $1,000, it's company policy. We require a good faith deposit. It's just a 30% down. It covers all the materials. And you actually don't even owe us the deposit if you don't want until the morning of the job when we show up. So, but here's the thing. If it's a job over $1,000 and we're busy, it's optional to me. I say, and when you talk like this to a customer, you're actually building your credibility right there on the spot. Because if you talk like this, and they're like, "Oh wow, we're dealing with a professional," I say, "Well, it's $100 to hold your spot on our calendar, because we take this business very serious, and we're booked out for weeks or months in advance. And if you want the 17th, it's $100 non-refundable deposit to book your spot in our calendar. But we'll be here for sure. We'll show up with a 4-man crew, and we'll get all this done and knocked out in 2 days." So okay, so they sign it. I sign it. They get a digital signature, which we do on Jobber. Then they get their copy sent to them, and then I don't even cash the check. The morning of the job, get a 30% down. Halfway through, another 30%, and then 30% upon completion. Sometimes we do 50% depending upon the job. So if you do that with every single customer, and you're always asking them that you are trying to earn their positive review on Google, if you talk about positive reviews, if you send them the link to the positive review, little by little, you're working your way up, and you're expanding the top as you dissolve the bottom, which means that you're qualifying yourself as a credible company, and you're getting other people to talk about you, which is social proof. If you do that enough and you get enough positive reviews on Google, it's reflecting on your website. When everything looks professional and branded all the way across the board, and you conduct yourself like that, and then you take a percentage of all your revenue and you reinvest it back into marketing, Google ads, Facebook ads, paying graphic designers, or hiring virtual assistants to do graphic design, putting that on your website, on your Facebook, on your Google, on everything. When you make a profile on the top 50 domain authority sites, and you're sharing this stuff and building a customer referral engine, which is following up them via email and text messaging, asking them to refer you to other customers. And then not only doing that, but asking for their repeat business, or trying to put them on a maintenance plan, right? Where you come out every month, every week, every quarter, once a year. Little by little, it's a snowball effect in response to your question, that this thing is really hard to get going, but once you get it going, it starts snowballing, and it gets bigger and bigger and faster and faster. And once the snowball is rolling so fast and there's too much snow that you can even handle, that's when you take out your knife and you start cutting away the yellow snow that's got the P on it, that's the customers you don't want. So that's when you can start to get picky and raise your prices. In the beginning, I think you should take whatever you can get and just work 1,000,000 hours a week. And then once you get a lot of momentum in the business and it's moving so fast, that's when you start to peel off the work that you don't want. But the first 5 years, especially the first 2 years, are going to be hell to get it off the ground. So momentum is better than no momentum. And I know what it's like to do a whole bunch of low paid work. I think you begin to know your worth. It just it happens over time. It sounds like you're on the right path, though.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Roadcaster audio interface. Yes.
I also think though, when you were a little bit more upgraded too, you upgraded your prices. Like when your, uniforms were a little bit more upgraded, when you upgraded your truck a little bit more, you were able to start raising the prices a little bit more because you were more presentable.
And it's actually reciprocal. What she said makes perfect sense. So I got a brand new truck. I'm like, I'm not paying for this. I'm making my clients pay for it. I got this. There's an amazing, if you're struggling with self-worth when it comes to pricing and making money, you got to watch this amazing. It's on YouTube, and it was part of like a $2,000 seminar, but it's called Wealth Attraction DVD. And it's not any woo-woo shit about wealth and meditation. This is like Wealth Attraction DVD by Dan Kennedy. It's a 3-part video series. It's the middle of the winter. You're going to spend like 4 hours watching this, but it will blow your mind. Dan Kennedy is this very wealthy business owner sitting on stage, and he's like a total asshole. He's a great guy. He wrote all the No BS books, and he talks about this stuff very practically. He says, why would you pay for anything? Make your clients pay for it. Raise your prices, get more clients. And if you think in terms they're going to pay for it. So I was kind of nervous. No, I'm sorry. I was scared when I got my first brand new truck, because I'm like, I already feel like stretched. We had moved out of a shitty apartment into a nice condo, which was more expensive. And you know what it's like to work your guts out. And the funniest thing was, I just I grew like Insta balls. You put water on them, they grow. I raised my prices all the way across the board, and it paid for the truck. The insurance was higher because it's all full coverage. And I was like, as soon as I got the guts and I had a reason where my back was against the wall and I had to raise the prices, and then the new customers pay the new high prices, it blew my mind because it had nothing to ever do with the truck. It always was that customers were always willing to pay the higher prices. I just didn't have the guts or the self-worth to ask for it. And then it just keeps going onward and upward. So I think do something that will put your back against the wall, that'll force you to raise your prices and realize your worth, and then you'll realize your worth. I didn't get anything without tremendous amounts of anxiety and pain and suffering. So, okay.
You also didn't really you had to like kind of go through the struggles yourself. You didn't really have anything to like learn from.
Yeah, I remember listening to just hundreds of
Just
audiobooks.
Yeah. Audiobooks and paperback.
The maintenance channel. Oh my God, thank you. Been operating for about 2 years trying to figure it out. Now I know. You have no idea, man. Customers want to come at me crazy over asking for a deposit for materials. Well, then that's not your customer. And this is how you work around that, because they think you might walk away and rip them off and steal their deposit. You say, listen, we do require, depending on what it is, 30, 50%. We require our company policy is we require a 30% good faith materials deposit, but you don't owe us the deposit until the morning of the job. And I tell my customer, if I see my customers a little bit paranoid, I say, and this is the way we do business. We show up with a 4-man, 3-man crew, and we actually start working and doing the preparation work. And on the morning of the job, when you see us working and you get that good, warm feeling and you're like, this is the real deal, then come out. I'll have my clipboard and we'll do the deposit right then and there. I'll deposit it in to my account, and then I'll go and I'll pick up all the materials. But you don't owe us a penny until you actually see us working and you know that this is the real deal. We're not going to run off with your money because we're already here now working, right? So that's one thing that really, really helped. You got to put yourself in the customer's perspective, right?
It was a great setup that you did with them. I really liked that when you told me that was your new policy. I loved that policy. I was like, that's a great policy to have. Because then it makes the customers feel good too. Like, okay, well, these guys are legit because, they're going to pick up all the materials and then they're going to start working and,
With all my sweetness, absolutely. Ashley, the issues that entrepreneurs face are seldom talked about sometimes. It's pride sometimes. It just seems like no one else understands because everyone's journey is unique in their own right. Everyone's journey is unique.
It is, but there's a lot of the same things in any business. I feel like sometimes tips and stuff like that you can share are universal in every business.
Oh yeah. And for me, it's not just the tactical thing, go do this. For me, it's like this emotional block type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have a deep emotional block where I'm so frustrated where I literally just can't see it. And I feel like I have a lot of pride around this, but I wish somebody who knows how to do this stuff would come, put their arm around me and hold my hand and say, okay, Keith, it's okay. Everything's going to be okay. Now let's sit down and let's figure this thing out together. All right. What's the problem? Okay.
That sounds like when me and you discuss things that need to be done.
Yeah. Like if I'm feeling vulnerable or insecure about some issue and she raises her voice and like, I feel like she's just going to bite my head off and just expects the answer, I shut down and I just shut down and we could end up in a fight. And she's learned I have this weird little issue probably from my childhood. I don't know where else it would come from. So now she'll talk to me in a soothing tone and she'll be nice to me.
Mm-hmm. I'll say, honey.
Yeah, she just did it. Oh, it's so hot when you do that. Say it again.
Honey.
Honey, like that.
Will you do this real quick so we can see if it's good enough to send out?
When she talks to me in that soothing tone, what do you want, babe?
Instead of, are you going to check it? Proof it?
Yeah, I'll go, are you fucking kidding me? I have 4 different things going on at one time and I have to do them in 6 minutes.
Yeah, he still says that to me, but
but when she talks to me in a nice tone, for some reason, she knows how to tiptoe around my landmines now in order to get what she wants and stuff like that. So in business, you don't have anybody like that. You don't have your wife or like your girlfriend tell you, like, you just have customers and everybody wants shit from you. You have employees that they want their pay, they want lunch at noon, they want all these things, or they want money from you, they want to borrow money, they want to walk off the job, they want to show up high or not show up to work at all and
leave
then
stuff in your car.
You have to figure out how to deal with shit like this. Like when I found narcotics in one of my work trucks, I got really scared because I thought, what if I got pulled over because someone else was driving my truck and now I could catch a court case? And I freaked out and straight up fired both guys that were working for me.
You just can't take that risk because that, no matter what is going to be, you would get charged for that. No matter what. It's crazy.
So nobody drives my truck anymore. My other truck, they can drive the other truck and I won't drive it at all. I mean, hey, make sure you search the truck before you drive it. So what do you say? I know we got a million things to do and then there's customers waiting on us right now, but wait, we have to search the truck. So that's the next thing. Don't hire drug addicts.
Yeah, we have to search the truck because there's drug addicts on our crew.
Yeah, so no, not anymore. This was 2016.
No, I know, but I'm saying like, you're not going to stop everybody and say, hey, drug addicts.
We're hiring a new foreman in the spring and he's taking a drug test and getting a background check, period.
Mm-hmm.
That's all there's to it. And if I don't care. I mean, I don't care if someone smokes weed. What am I going to do about that?
Definitely not on the job though, because that's horrible. You can't be operating machinery and doing all this stuff high. You just can't. That's like drinking a beer before you go to work. It's just not cool.
And another thing is, if you're a foreman, you come out on a trial basis, and then you're immediately going on payroll. Because if you pay somebody cash for a couple weeks, or you try to 1099 them, and then you want to put them on payroll, they freak out and clam up, and they're like, "Whoa, you're trying to screw me over." And then you already like fucked yourself over before you even got started, because now you got somebody threatening to quit because you want to put them on payroll.
Just got to lay it all out.
Yeah, who's been through that?
No, well, we're going to have like new things set in place though, like new policies and all that stuff. So it's not like a shocker coming into it. You know what I mean? You don't even, they're not, well, you don't have any smokers with you right now, but you don't even let anybody smoke anywhere, even near the property or even in the truck. Oh, Keith, will you grab that?
Switching to an S Corp, custodian, switching into an S Corp.
Yeah, because baby's on me.
So, Precision Films says, that's it, everyone. I'm going live at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel, and I will explain how to make 6 figures or more in any trade. Just watch. I'm not going to explain it on this chat. I will break it down step by step. Awesome. Send me the link. I want to watch it. Precision Films. Go to channel. I'm going to go to his channel right now and subscribe. Precision Films. Everybody, check him out. I like this guy. He's got passion. He's got the grit. I see here. Oh, yeah. He's got a real business. He's smart, too. Oh, I like that video. Precision Films. Excuse me. That was like a weird internal burp. It was like a...
That was like an uncontrollable one.
Yeah.
It was just a body fizz. A body fizzle.
Oh, Precision Films got some dope stuff right here.
Do you think he may have wanted to get your attention, so you pulled up his channel and gave him a shout out?
No, he's being authentic.
Still very cold, but it's time to start thinking about spring.
There he is.
The first things on the docket.
Hell yeah. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, usually if somebody is talking and it seems like they're like talking shit on your feed, or they're hating, you can perceive it that way. I did learn from Gary Vee, there's an element of truth in what they're saying. And if you let your ego, put your ego aside and actually listen in, they could be actually just trying to help. And they're just being real. And so you can miss an opportunity to get benefit from that. And literally that person could help everybody, including you, if you just listen. And maybe they're not trying to sound like an asshole. They're just being real, and people are perceiving it that way. I hope that makes sense. Mm-hmm. My buddy Rob says this amazing thing. 2 men that are primarily in their masculine consciousness, they can literally get in a fight and punch each other in the face and talk shit to each other. And then afterwards they're like, all right, let's go get a beer. It's over. Where if they weren't in that frame of mind, they would have their feelings hurt, and then they would cry about it for days. And can you believe what this person said to me? Oh my God, he hurt my feelings. Like, fuck all that. And I appreciate people who are resilient, that you can just let them have it, and they don't get all bent out of shape about it. They take the truth out of it, and they just like, that's cool. So not getting your feelings hurt by people. But I used to get all bent out of shape, dude.
No, I think it was a low road, but I'm not, I'm different than you.
There is one person who watches my videos that is literally, I was thinking about calling my lawyer, because my lawyer is also my entertainment attorney. He's the same thing. And I was going to call him up because this person was borderline harassing me. And so when I get that feeling and I feel threatened, I don't want to say it here on the podcast, but anyways. I stole your water. I'm sorry, Wife-a-tron. I got all fired up here on the show. How are you?
It's fine, Keith. I just sat here and listened and learned, Every day is a new learning experience. My favorite is when you train me to do something, and then when I have the finished product, you go, but wait, we have to do all of this other stuff because this person, and I learned this, and now we have to include this in it. So it's always like, it's always new every day.
Yeah, I got to drip feed it.
Evolution, you know?
Jesus Christ is asking, well, there's only one Jesus Christ. So is it Jesus Christ, or you just love Jesus? I take it you just love Jesus a lot. What is the most effective way to market for window washing, Keith? You're not going to want to hear this. It's literally your mouth. It's marching into storefronts with business cards and selling it like literally with your mouth, going in and not taking no for an answer and just hitting as many as you can every single day nonstop and locking down and turning those into accounts and into repeat business, and then milking them for referrals so you can get to their friends and family as well. And then if you want to get window cleaning accounts that are residential, it's a lot tougher than landscaping because it's a luxury service. You're going inside of people's homes. Landscaping is a luxury service too, but window cleaning is a little bit different. It's a totally different animal than landscaping. So for window cleaning, it's all about positioning. I never knew what positioning meant. I'm like, what do you mean positioning? The way you're positioning yourself, it's like a secondary order effect thing. That's what positioning is. It's secondary order effect. So when you have a really professional website, let me turn off her microphone. All right. When you have a professional website, you have a lot of positive reviews on Google, your Facebook, and everything is all congruent. If you have direct mail going out to neighborhoods, or if you're doing email marketing, if everything you're doing is congruent and it shows professionalism, and you are showing price transparency, so you're telling your customers what your prices are, you're showing them packages, you are being congruent and positioning yourself as a licensed and insured professional window cleaner who's been around for a long time, that just by the customer looking at your website and doing a little bit of research about you and seeing you compared to other window cleaners when they're looking you up online, which means you have to be putting your stuff all over the place on the internet. When the customer looks and sees, they have to get a warm, fuzzy feeling that, this is a professional company. They're not some ranky, jank, podunk guy in a pickup truck with a bucket and a squeegee who's not licensed or insured, who might show up smelling like alcohol and steal my jewelry. If they get that feeling at all, then there's a problem. So they have to get a really professional feeling that if they're just seeing you for the first time, or it has to be a good referral. And they also have to see proof. So you have to have testimonials on your website, positive reviews, and reinforcement that shows that customer that, okay, this is the obvious choice. I'm going to go with this window cleaner because all these other people are saying they're good, and I don't see any complaints about bad things happening. So this is good. I also like ResponsiBid. I'm building the website out right now, keithkelfis.com/bid, if you want to try out ResponsiBid. But because the customer can go and get an instant bid directly on the website, and it takes them through a process that positions and qualifies you and them as you being a professional and qualifies them as being your customer. So when you're qualifying your customers through price transparency and you're showing your pricing directly on your website and what they're going to get for what they're going to pay for, something happens in the subconscious mind where they go, okay, this is a professional company and this is how much they're charging. So if you have prices that are a little bit higher, if you're not just the $99 guy, like if I go and I'm looking for someone to clean my windows and it says like $69 or something, I don't want them to come clean my windows, because anybody who is only charging that amount to clean a residential home probably isn't insured or paying taxes. And I don't think that person has any confidence in themselves. I want to go with a more expensive person because I want to make sure a professional is going to show up and do it right, especially coming into my house. Because if it's a professional and they're more expensive, this is a company that I can hold accountable, or you can extrapolate that however you want. I can hold them accountable if they do something wrong because they are a professional company. So I feel safer even there. If it's a low price podunk company and their website's all janky, I can't hold them accountable. They'll probably just disappear and I might not even be able to get a hold of them. And even if I had to, I'm just saying from a customer's perspective, if I had to sue them, I wouldn't even get anything out of it. So if you think in terms of people that are higher socioeconomic stratas, they make more money, they're upper middle class, they're hiring a luxury service. This is all exactly, this shit is opposite than from what I'll speak for myself, learned growing up living in a rusted out trailer park on food stamps. Surrounded by people that were hoping they would burn themselves with hot coffee so they could sue McDonald's and get rich type shit. So I'm reading your questions here. Wife-a-tron bounced. So anyways, if you want us to build a website for you, it's $750. Kelfis Media. My wife's the project manager and head website designer. Email me at kelfismedia@gmail.com. My wife's really excited about this, and she's doing all types of stuff behind the scenes, and she's really kicking ass. If you go to keithkelfis.com/blog and you see what's going on now, like we're really establishing ourselves here. And so we're taking on literally just a couple clients right now. I've done I won't tell you what we do because we take on clients and this is a media business. So we're very careful because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves. But as we build our team, we can take on a little bit more and help more people. But if you want a website, kelfismedia@gmail.com, and I'll get you in contact with my wife. Okay, so next, this is kind of cool. This is interactive because I can get live questions on a live show here. Does $750 have to be all at once, or can we make payments or something? Oh, that's a great question. So same thing as the service business. Our policy is we require a 30% down. So after the initial conversation, once we get started, your 30% down will go directly towards your website and everything that it needs, or any plugins or hosting or whatever. You'll have to pay for your hosting yourself on the back end, but the initial payment gets everything up and rolling, right? So what is that? 30, 60, 66% of the way through the website. Once you're now delivering your content and the copy that you want on your website, because you got to come up with all that stuff yourself for $750. It's the wording and all the verbiage on your website. If you want us to come up with all the copywriting for you, then you're moving up to $1,000, $1,250, $1,500, right? So I'm publishing all this right now. See, and then the final payment, once the website is complete and there's any revisions and you want it done, right? So once you see the website, if you're not happy and you want a revision, the revision comes with the website, right? You get a free revision. We go back and forth. 2 revisions max. Anything beyond that, after you say you're happy and you sign off, if you want more revisions, it's going to cost you, it's $100 an hour, right? So an hour, it wouldn't even take an hour. A revision can literally, my wife does revisions for the website she builds. It takes her like 10 minutes. So she'll charge, it's a $30 minimum to do a quick revision, but hopefully you won't need that for a long time. And it's also designed to equip, and she'll train you and equip you with the tools to do your own damn revisions on your website. So you're not stuck paying somebody like us or anybody else as a website. It's called the guardian of the black box. The guardian of the black box is somebody who builds a special way of doing things, or technology or a modality where now you're stuck paying them every single damn month to keep fixing stuff. It's not like that here. So yeah, so I hope that answered your question. Custodian, very smart, one of the best window cleaners. Oh, he's actually the fastest window cleaner I've ever seen with the highest quality in person. Austin Childress in California. Oh, he's in Oregon now. It's better to have a higher price and be able to lower it than to have low prices and the client still haggles you where you got to go out of business, right? Start high. The free Yelp service I use, Real Talk 650, Adam DeFord. Y'all still smoke weed? LOL. Wow. Step up your game to PCP. Lightweight. What are you talking? Adam Ford. Oh God, I don't even. I'll tell you one thing. When I was a teenager, a buddy gave me some. I smoked a bowl with him, and I didn't even want to smoke it. He's like, "Come on, just take a couple hits. Quit being a wuss. Come on." 20 minutes later, my head was floating around the room, and I heard echoes like clowns laughing and shit. And I go, "Bro, bro, bro, what's in this? In this? In this? In this?" And he looks at me. He goes, "PCP, dog." Ah, ha, 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 ha. And I just heard echoes of laughter, and I was laying on the fucking ground with my face turning green, and it was a horrible experience. It was horrible. So, yes, that happened to me. That's why I don't like doing none of that stuff, man. I was just a kid, though. As a kid, hey. Oh, he says he's just kidding now. Oh, it's Jesus Christ. I can't repeat what you just said there. Read in the comments. Okay. That's not nice to say for your name, Jesus. He started with a $149 minimum, and he thinks it's hurting him. Interesting. Real Talk 650. Once you create a Yelp account, they will call you and try to sell you their pay-per-click. Don't do it. Feel it out first. Who here has had Yelp call them like over and over and over and over? Smoke salvia. It's the weirdest out-of-body experience ever. And you can buy seeds at Walmart. I've heard about that. That's funny. Are we frozen on here, yo? All right, my friend, I'm going to wrap up this podcast. It's getting late. Thank you so much for being on the show and being here and hanging out and spending time with me. If you're looking for a CRM to run your service business on, check out Jobber. You can do invoicing, billing, everything you need to do to establish and position yourself as a professional company. Go to keithkelfis.com/jobber to get 20% off your first 6 months on Jobber. All right, I'm out of here. Peace on the streets. Sayonara, son. All right, that's done. This is done. Peace.